What is the meaning of bombastic element? Yet you'll be fuming, you'll be angry. And so some of us who grow up from that background, when we join church, everything looks like insult. And you know, unhealed childhood traumas become bad character in adulthood. I want to clap for myself. See, unhealed childhood traumas becomes bad character in adulthood. Certain things that are tolerated as a child, when you become matured with them, it destroys you. That is why some of the marital crises you are contending with today with your spouse, you are not the originator. You are dealing with generational issues. Are you hearing me? Am I talking? You are dealing with inherited crisis. And nothing can be more frustrating like a problem you didn't cause. You see, I can understand when I'm going through a situation that I'm the originator of it. But like Mephibosheth, I'm not the one that made myself cripple. It was the carelessness of a nurse. Am I talking? Did you hear what I said? You see, I can understand when I'm the one that is causing the problem that I'm going through. But I can't really understand when I'm trying to deal with an issue that I was not there. I wasn't there. And that's why today in church we have all kinds of children in adult bodies. Oh, people who are not grown up. Who can handle the overwhelming complexities of the challenges of life. See, life is tough. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Life is not a bed of roses. Life is tough. And you must toughen up in order to be able to confront it. That is why wisdom is of the essence. To be able to navigate through the murky waters of life, even of marriage. Wisdom is required. That's why the Bible says wise people are builders, fools are destroyers. And you see, family summit is a deliberate and intentional attempt to contend with the wisdom of the world. Are you hearing me? There is a systematic arrangement I've shared with you in this church by the New Age movement to counter everything that is godly. See, they are not wishing it, they are organizing to destroy everything that is godly. Are you hearing me? Forgive me, I didn't observe protocol. Forgive me. To greet people, don't tire me. The messages I'm seeing is too hot. People are on fire. And the realities that is confronting our generation is not a thing for us to play with. It's a thing for us to be deliberate about. And so when people are saying, why family summit? Your head no correct. Why are we gathering? Because the people of the world are gathering. They are not just gathering, they are legislating. They are sponsoring bills to attack everything godly. I share with you in this church that one of the leading personalities of the New Age movement is an individual called Alice Bailey. They released the 10-point charter. They released it. Are you hearing me? That is why we can't be quiet. Everything that is God, we'll pour it out there. Our children cannot be consuming rubbish. We will put it out there. Am I talking? No, we'll put it out there. We can't play catch up anymore. Every platform available, we'll spread the word. Let me read for you a few of the 10-point charter. When they released this 10-point charter, what they did was that they sent it into nations. Are you getting me? They sent it into government and into corporate society. And they have agents, mercenaries to implement. Number one is to take God and prayer out of public school. So when you are hearing people say, let's not pray in our school, you think you are the one doing it. You are a puppet in the hand of certain persons. To take God and prayer. And if you go to the West now, they have taken God and prayer out of public schools. Am I talking? Are you with me? intentional. They have people positioned to carry out this thing. Take God and prayer out of the educational system. Number 2 is to reduce parental authority. In other words, they are saying that a father has no right over his child. Oh, the devil is a liar. In other words, children have been given rights to be able to decide how they want to live. When the Bible says foolishness abound in the heart of a child. In other words, a child is a fool. Did you hear what I said? Foolishness abound in the heart of a child. He said it is the rod of correction that drives foolishness out. So foolishness is resident until you introduce another system into the life of that child. Bible says train up a child in the way he should go. In other words, the child doesn't know the way he should go. Am I talking here? The child that they are saying he will leave to himself doesn't know where to go. There is a way the child should go. Yet that child is told, there's a legislation that says leave the child to choose how they want to live. And these children are supposed to be wives and husbands of our children. Are you hearing me? You see, the devil is not in a hurry. The devil can have a 100 years plan to take over nations and communities. Am I talking here? Oh, no. That is why we can't just be gathering. We must be systematic and strategic. Am I talking? We must be raising agents of change who enter corporate society, enter our communities, and be making noise about the standard of heaven. Now they say if you want to enter your child room, you should knock the door. Imagine me going to a Hikondo room. Hey, can I come in? I'm the one paying rent. In fact, you are the one that will knock your door. I will knock. That is why children are taking marijuana. The parents are the last to know. Are you hearing what I'm saying? The parents are the last to know. In those days, our mothers entered the room for no reason. Are you hearing what I'm saying? They enter for no reason. If they look you are too quiet, they say, what do they do? Say, stand up. Stand up, let's see you. They say, we're coming, I see you. Are you hearing me? And we didn't turn out badly. Am I talking to somebody? Our head correct. The devil is a liar. The testimony is a proof that that system works. Works. So we are now accepting it to reduce parental authority. Years ago, my wife was not in this city. She was in Abuja. She had a job to do in Abuja. I was alone with my twins. They were little kids. So I used to feed them myself, take them to school. So one day I went to a shop. One woman parked her car with her kids. She wanted to buy a particular drink called Happy Hour for her boy to take to school. So she asked for a particular flavor. The woman said it's not available. She started crying. She said, what? The mother said, so I said, madam, carry anyone. He said, he doesn't like any other one. He said, except, he said, except that one. I said, where have you? He said, I have gone through state locus. I have driven to Ring Road. Before I arrive here in Hoshe, I can't find it. He said, the only place I may go is Terminus, and Terminus has not opened. Are you hearing me? I'm not the way. Why he was on there? I said, he cannot eat. I said, where is the boy? I saw a baby come very feeble. You know, they chop. You know, some Jebota can be like one kind. He was coming, he was pale. Am I talking? I look at him and say, madam. I say, look, how will you torment yourself? I say, give me this boy in 2 months. He go to eat on na. I told her I have twins. Listen, I will sit them down. I will open my leg. Open your mouth. Because if you are full, I will rest. Am I talking to somebody here? I was alone with my twins. How dare you say? I asked the woman, this flavor, who do you give her? Did it come from heaven with the flavor? Is there happy hour in heaven? That a boy is tormenting your life. I said, look at this boy. He's feeble. I said, I have 2 boys in my house. I said, go and see them. I said, I will put, I said, take 5 more hand, 5 more hand. 5 more. Eat and you watch TV. Are you hearing me? Eat. Even my own is tush. I was doing it tush. Our mothers, those days, they market your leg for you. They hold you. When they put that, you walk around, they blow me. Your tummy must be full. Tummy must be full. I saw the woman, the child, just a 4, 5 years old, messing her life because of happy hour. Turning her around like that. Messing her life. And that boy is supposed to grow to be a husband. It's creating a generational problem. He will grow up and come to church and become a problem to pastors. Become a problem to his generation. Listen, family summit is to raise future champions. Because the family is the conduit where future champions are raised. The family system, listen to this, it is the crucible where future leaders are prepared. So if the family misses it, listen, a generation is missing. A generation is lost. So it's not just reduced to romance. It's beyond that. That is why marriage is not to satisfy your sexual desire. Am I talking? You must be thinking generational. It's a responsibility. God is committing a generation into your hands. And then the New Age movement is saying we should reduce parental authority. Because they know a good parent in the life of a child send that child like an arrow into a generation. So they say reduce the influence of a parent. Let the child be able to die 911 and the father is in prison. Am I talking to people here? They're in prison. Take it further. They now say, then the society there emasculate manhood. Silence the voice of fathers. All the men should come here tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning be here. Silence the voice. There is a deliberate attempt to silence manhood. Am I talking here? Our men have adopted the silent treatment in our home. So fathers are no longer talking for the fear of being misunderstood. I will stone somebody here. They are not talking because of the fear of being misunderstood. Unknown to you, there was a generation that quoted their father. They made reference to their father. Our fathers used to say. Are you hearing me? But there's a generation coming, the voice of fathers are lost. The children will not be able to reference their fathers. Listen, women. Listen. Crown the leader in your home. Never allow the voice of your husband be silenced. Put the crown back on his head. Because you are endangering the life of your children. Most women don't know. You think your children... See, it's only animals that succeed as single parents. Listen, God did not design. Listen, a woman cannot successfully raise a son. Listen, 90% of black males in American prisons were raised by single mothers. The statistics don't lie. I know you think, say, no, I can do it. You can't raise a son. God did build a family of father and mother. God is that to run away. You are endangering your children. If your father abandoned home or your mother abandoned, you not turn like this. Am I talking to people here? They abandoned. Because they were generationally minded. They were thinking of the future. It's not about them. There is a generation smart to say my mental health. My mental health. I have deal breakers. Mental health. Say, small thing, you say I'm depressed. Do you know what depression is? You are not depressed. If you see depression, clinical depression, if you see it, you'll be praying to be delivered. Am I talking? Now money you don't get, you are not depressed. Now anger. If go and ask psychiatrists, consultant psychiatrists or psychologists, they will tell you, depression, you'll be on pill for the rest of your life. Go and see people who are dealing with bipolar, who are dealing with ADHD. Go and see people who are depressed. You smart thing, they correct you, say, my mental health is priority. My mental health. Lily liver generation. self-centered and selfish. You cannot be fruitful until you die to self. Bible says, except a corn of it fall to the ground and die, it abide alone. Marriage is for dead people. Dead to self. Are you hearing me? Except a corn of wheat fall to the ground, die. You are too sensitive to be married. You are too sensitive to self. Even if you look at people who are heavily paid in the world, people who are fruitful in the world, go and see the risk involved in their job. Am I talking? Some of you admire footballers. Do you know the risk of putting your leg for somebody to match? I used to play football when I was young. I saw one of my friends, they matched his leg. I saw bone come out like this. I removed my boot. I have a call to ministry now. Did you hear what I said? No! Say they should reduce parental authority. And then we are like that. You give birth to a child. And then you say, I will raise him. See, you can't raise your son by yourself. Just in the same manner, a father cannot raise a girl child easily. Are you getting me? You can't. So I tell women, don't silence the voice of fathers. Some men have said, I know they talk again for my house because my wife. No, silence treatment is a problem. Keeping quiet is destroying a generation. Are you hearing me? You heard what Pastor Ken said to us yesterday, that the person is not talking doesn't mean the problem is solved. Are you hearing me? Silent treatment is a coping mechanism. It's not a solution. It's a survival instinct. They want to reduce it. Now let me show you the third one. Am I helping anybody tonight? The third one said, to destroy the Judeo-Christian family structure or the traditional family structure. That is why single parenting in Western world is very lucrative. Am I talking? Single parenting is lucrative. It's rewarded. Once you give birth and you leave the man, there is what's called child support. So blacks in America, you don't have to have a job. Just get belay for 3 people. Once you give birth to the baby, you are paid child support. Am I talking? You survive on it. So being female is attractive. Go and see. Statistics show that there are more transgender female men wanting to become women. Because being a woman is now rewarded. And the strategy is to silence the voice of fathers. Are you hearing me? Being a woman is lucrative. That is why once you are a man and you become a woman, you become celebrated. Oh, one of the famous transgender, his name, or is he her name now? Caitlyn Jenner. You know Caitlyn Jenner? The father of the Kardashians. This man, an Olympian, went to the Olympic as a man. Then at old age, he said, let me do what makes me happy. That statement is satanic. You are not created to do what you want. You are designed to function under purpose. There is a purpose for your life. Are you hearing me? Then he transited and his family said, do you? And then he became a woman. Right before our eyes. He transited and became a woman. Right? Then the first year of being a woman, he won Time Magazine Woman of the Year. First year of being a woman. See, people think it's not award, it is subtle brain, no, there's a word for it. There's a word for it. I'll look for it. A subtle way of getting us to accept and normalize what is abnormal. So that to make it very attractive to become a female. First year as a woman. And there are people who have been women all their life. They never won Time Magazine Woman of the Year. Oh, in Nigeria, somebody that is male won Best Dressed. Oh, you think it is just fun? Am I talking here? Are you with me here? It wasn't fun. Is that the New Age movement understand that you only need to tell a lie often and automatically before you know it, there is a generation that is conformed. That is why in Romans chapter 12, the Bible said, do not conform to this world, Because there's a system that is forcing you to conform. Put Romans 12 verse 2. Put me the Message translation. There's a system that is forming. And the church, you see, gradually, like I told you last time, we are gradually just accepting it. If we are not careful, we begin to accept it without knowing. He said, do not conform to this world. Look, okay. He says, stop imitating the ideas and opinions of the culture around you. He said, but be inwardly transformed by the Holy Spirit through a total reformation of how you think. So what the New Age movement is this: if you can get them to start thinking in a particular manner. Am I talking here? If you can get them to begin to think in a particular manner, because anyone that controls your thoughts doesn't need to control your life anymore. Are you hearing me? Once I am in charge of your thoughts, your thought pattern, it's finished. Are you hearing me? Yes, sir. That is why we must be intentional, we must be deliberate. If we have to do family summit every day, so be it. Hallelujah. Until a generational shift takes place. Am I talking? Yes, sir. Until a generation begins to realize that marriage is sacred. Am I talking? That marriage is not a casual relationship, it's a covenant partnership. It's a covenant partnership. It's not a casual relationship that you stroll into. Are you hearing me? It's not. It's not. It's not. So I'm saying to you, you must be intentional in how you approach, especially your marital destiny. There is more at stake than just satisfying your desire to prove a point that you two can marry. Because for many charismatic, they just want to be married. They say, hey, why won't I marry, Pastor? Why you say I should not marry? You don't know I'm 39 going 40. Your age does not matter. Your preparation level is very important. My 7 years old daughter, all of you know I love her. She looked at me one evening. In fact, today she told me not to come. So imagine if parental authority is reduced. I could just say, to make her happy, family summit. I see you people. My daughter's mental health is important. Most of you, and you know, there is no better manipulator like children. Oh, children are very lethal. Am I talking? Somebody said the most dangerous human being is a 2-year-old. He said the only thing that you don't get gone, their tantrum alone can kill. Are you hearing me? Dangerous. They found that psychologists found that 2 years old are dangerous. You know how they throw things? You know when they're angry, they throw things. Am I talking? So if not a grenade, they go release them like that. Bomb everybody. So this 7 years ago, he walked up to me a few days ago and said, Daddy, after school, university, after university, I will marry. Eh? She woke me up to reality. You know, most of you think that life is that progressive. You know what she said? She didn't understand that there's a jump that we jump her. You know what I'm saying? There's jump. Am I talking? There's WAEC. Am I talking? There's post you and me. Some of you, I know your childhood dream. I want to be a medical doctor. After WAEC deal with you, 3 credit. You ask, say, College of Education of Paxi, do they have medicine? You are asking whether they have medicine. No, it's native doctor that they train. So, you see, the reality of life is now coordinated. Are you hearing me? Are you hearing me? So, the realities of life now regulating what you are qualified for. Most of you want to marry, you are not qualified for it. You are not. The basic entry requirement into marriage, you are lacking. Listen, many who are married today, you are a good person. Your problem is that you married the wrong person. Your selection was wrong. Are you hearing me? You see, and you see, when you make your choice, like Pastor Kingsley said, your choice now determines every other thing. Am I talking? Once you make the choice, it is your choice that determines whether you accelerate or reduces your speed. So the problem is not you, the problem is the choice. 4 categories of persons who get married. Number 1, those who marry the wrong person. See, for people like that, listen, it's not as if it is hopeless. But what you need is a sovereign act of God. I won't lie to you. Certain principles may not help you because the person is wrong. There are people the Bible says deliver us from. Wicked and unreasonable. Deliver us from. Imagine if that person is your husband. Did you hear what I said? There is a demography or a community of persons where the Bible says, deliver us from wicked and unreasonable men. For all men have no faith. So imagine if your own unreasonable person, as we are praying, oh God, deliver us from wicked or unreasonable, and your own is your husband. As you finish praying, you will go home, go meet up. You need the sovereign act of God. Divine intervention. To take God. And you know, that word is not within our control. Am I talking here? You know, God can save people in their bedroom. But that one is not within our control. The one that is within our control is to organize crusade and make altar call. Am I talking here? The sovereign act of God. There are diseases that are incurable by medicine. But the sovereign act of God can heal the person. But that one is not within our control. Are you hearing me? Then the second category of persons are those who are married to bad people. They are not wrong, but they are terrible. Improperly raised. Bad character. Are you hearing me? No fruit of the spirit. Unkind. Have you ever seen an unkind person before? I told you in church here. That video has gone viral from this church. Over 2 million views. That video has 2 million views. People are watching it and they are crying. I said in that video, the most important criteria for selection of who to marry, or what the criteria that is topmost in who a partner should possess, is kindness. And bad people are not kind. They are the kind of people Pastor Ken was talking about yesterday, narcissistic. They may not be narcissists, but they have narcissistic tendencies. Are you hearing me? Bad manipulators. Bad. Unreasonable. Second categories of person. Bad people. Then the third one, those who are married to good people. Now, somebody can be good but may not be right for you. Those people, their own problem is that everybody sees their partner as good, but they can't experience it. Am I talking to people? Anywhere you go, people are wondering, Adamu, Gashina Sanyi Kabarong fridge. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Good person, kind to everybody. Are you getting me? You see her, she's respectful, but her husband is under fire. Who do you run to when you are married to somebody who is good? Are you getting me? But incompatible with you. Does not share your ideals and vision. That's the third category. But the person is good. Is a Christian, is a church person. The woman is a good woman. Every service is there. Am I talking? She prays on the altar. She's committed in church, but a bad wife. Because being a prayer warrior does not guarantee that you'll be a successful husband or wife. Are you hearing me? They are committed in church, useful to pastors, useful to ministry. But at home from zero. I've seen many of them. Are you hearing me? I've seen many of them. A husband that is addicted, loved by people around him. But yet, the wife is under fire. Then the fourth category, these ones are the ones that are so privileged. Some people are just fortunate. They didn't attend seminar, they just married the right person. No seminar. Are you getting me? You know there are people like that. I saw a man who came on the altar, stood on the altar, 25th year's wedding anniversary. He looked at his wife and said, if I have the opportunity of doing it again, I'll do it with you. He said to the congregation, I don't think I will survive many months if this woman dies. I can't live. My life became complete when I met her. Listen, if you marry the right person, I'm talking to single now, the devil goes on sabbatical on your case. There is nothing the devil can do to you anymore. Did you hear what I said? If you marry the right person, you are blessed. Your prayer point will reduce. The devil leaves you and go on sabbatical. And if the devil give you a bad partner, listen to me, the devil also leaves you. Because the devil already have an agent in your house. The devil has an agent. The devil just leaves you. Because see, your life is on automated destruction. Automatedly. That's why if you are single, you say you come to church, you see Sister Philo, they lift up hand, your eye they enter. You better remove your eye and ask question. Remove your eye and ask question. Because it is not all that glitters that is gold. And I like the charismatic. We have mastered the act of packaging. Am I talking? We have the form of godliness. Oh, good. Are you hearing me? We have all the tongue and the cliches. Oh, we have different kind of speaking in tongues. There's auto, there's tenor. And there are people like me who bring the bass part of the tongue. So, devil is not intimidated by the bass. Are you hearing what I say? Yeah. That is why whatever you can conjure and implore, if you are single, make sure you marry the right person. No matter how long it takes. Because see, if you marry the right person, listen to this, 10 years will be like 10 days. Have you ever fallen in love before? Let me ask, have you ever fallen in love? Lift up your hand, lift up your hand. Some of you are even foolishly in love now as I'm talking. Okay, let me take you back. How many of you can remember the first time you fell in love? The first time. The first time. So those days you put comb for your back pocket. Every small thing. When you see a little girl start betting twice, you don't get boyfriend. One day I noticed one of my sons. He get dressed, he wear chain. I say, Holy Ghost fire. You never pass Wayeko, Oga. We are looking for scholarship for you abroad. Are you hearing me? Pass. So, but this is what I'm saying. Have you ever fallen in love before? There's a state of joy. Even you are sleeping and you are smiling. Oh, it's something you cannot explain. So imagine this. Imagine that is your condition forever. Imagine that is your state. Imagine the feeling that is sustained. Imagine how youthful your life will be. In that situation, 10 years will be like 10 days. But if you are with the wrong person, 6 months of COVID will expose your marriage. 6 months. That is why family summit is not a flash in the pan. Am I talking? It's something that should stay. We should be talking, doing refresher courses. Am I talking here? We can't afford to be rusty. Sharpen it and go back and become better. Because there's a generation that is depending on it. Am I talking? Let me give you quickly why marriages fail. Why marriages fail. Number one, the lack of the understanding of the purpose of marriage. The lack. Proverbs 21 and verse 16. When you lack the elementary understanding that you need to have of what marriage, same crisis for 20 years. Somebody is unreasonable or wicked. And number three reason why marriages fail, unrealistic expectations. Millennials and Gen Z, listen. Expectations you have don't exist. You can't make marriage do what it was not designed to do. Some people have unrealistic expectations. There are some ladies who think that marriage is a job employment is an escape from poverty. It will shock you. Because if the birds have learned to fly without perching, the hunters have learned to shoot without missing. Are you hearing me? Unrealistic expectations. Unrealistic. Some of you brothers, you see the lady in church, well made, well make up, whatever. Don't expect, that's not how you look every day. It's unrealistic. There are sometimes this fine girl will look like I am Matanga.